What is your favorite part about having both jobs?
Favorite part about both jobs, absolutely, without a doubt, is dealing with the students. It's great to deal with students here in the office, get to see them in all different light when they turn into athletics. And that's really the most fun part of the job, is to be able to see the students here in one part and then the athlete at the other part.
Which job do you like more?
I don't really look at it as which job I like more, because I kind of consider it the same job. So I always consider it the assistant principal athletic director. And I kind of don't compartmentalize it so that I think of one as a different job than the other. I think of it all as one big job.
Is it hard to balance the workload between vice principal and athletic director?
It's tough. Yeah, it's a lot of time. Both jobs require a lot of different times, and there's really no set time where I can't set vice principal for during the school day and, for instance, athletics during the afternoons, because both things happen all the time for both positions.
What is the hardest part about managing the two jobs?
Hardest part about managing the two jobs is really the balance of time, because they can really overlap. And sometimes there's an incident here at the school which could involve being an assistant principal that needs to be dealt with, and it could go beyond 2:15 in the afternoon. It could spill into athletics times, where a lot of times the games and the practices take place after school, but something would have to be dealt with, on the athletic side first, or the vice principal side first.
Do you have to do a lot of work at home in order to be caught up for the next day?
Yeah, primarily with athletics. It could take time out of work because athletics really could go on at any time. So there could be issues with buses, there could be issues with a game, there could be issues with scheduling. So that takes quite a bit of time, and it could be any time of day. I'll get calls 10 o'clock at night regarding athletics. I very rarely get calls at 10 o'clock at night regarding anything related to assistant principal.
Do you have anyone who helps you to keep organized?
Of course, yes. I have Miss Brackbill. She's the athletic secretary. She's a great help. She helps me with scheduling. She helps with the buses. She helps with scheduling the fields. She's a great help with me. She puts together everything that we have to do with the user fees and helps collect and tabulate the money for that. So she's a very, very big help, very big part of the athletics department. I also have Kate Castiglione, of course, who's our athletic trainer. She's a huge help. I have Tony Rapucci, Mr. Rapucci, who's the athletic business manager, so he helps out with the games. He could site manage at games. He also helps to get the officials for every game, so he'll tally that information up for me, which is also a huge help. And Mr. Darrow is the equipment manager for athletics, so he deals with all the uniforms and collects them and hands them out at the beginning of the season and washes them at the end of the season. So it's a lot of people, and they all do a great job.
Did you play sports in high school or college?
I did. I played football, I played basketball, and I played baseball. And now that my career is over in terms of high school athletics, and I still keep involved, and I do triathlons now. A lot of people might not know that, but I like to do triathlons. So I'm big into the running and the biking and the swimming. Great sports.
What are your favorite sports games to attend?
Favorite sports games to attend? Well, it varies. It's always very exciting to go to a playoff game, any playoff game, just because of the atmosphere, and there's a lot of student involvement. And recently we had a girls basketball game here, which was a lot of fun because you see the students, they're all dressed up in red, white, and blue, and they have their themes going. So that's a lot of fun, but it doesn't really matter. I'll attend the home games. So in terms of site managing, I'm always at the home games that we have here. So I mean, it's always great to have the change of seasons, and I always look forward to watching all the different teams out there. It's great.
What did you study in college in order to get into the career path that you are in?
Well, believe it or not, in college, I went to Northeastern University through the School of Journalism. So in the School of Journalism, I had majors in public relations and advertising. And so my career path is really not a traditional career path in terms of ending up in education, because after I graduated from Northeastern, I ended up in sales and marketing for about 10 years. And after the 10 years of that, I transitioned to get my master's degree in educational administration. Look at me now, here I am at Pentucket.
What made you want to pursue this job?
Always had an interest in helping students. I've always liked this age group of high school students, and it just turned into a passion of mine and something that I really wanted to pursue. Love it. Glad I'm here.
If you could choose one job between the two, which one would you choose and why?
It's just nice to come in and work as an assistant principal really for the day, and then transition to athletics in the afternoons. It's just something I'm so used to now.
Are you required to attend every sports game that is held at home?
Well, there's certain games that have to have site managed at them. And so if there's a varsity athletics game here at the high school with a gate, I'll have to be at it. So for instance, if there's a basketball game on a Friday night, I'll be at the basketball game on the Friday night. And they're always the home game. So I have to site manage the home games that we have here in Pentucket.
Does having 2 jobs affect your amount of personal time?
It could. It just depends on the time of year, and it depends on what's going on in the sport. And like I said before, sometimes the phone doesn't stop ringing. There are times where I leave, or I could be here at 7 o'clock in the morning, and you could work until 7 o'clock at night at a game, and you kind of want to just turn your phone off. It's all encompassing sometimes. The phone could ring at any time. It could be an incident going on at some point. So it does. It could affect personal time, sure.